Okay, so I'm joined by Andy Ferro from the fantastic Luna Coil. First of all, how are you on this fine day? I don't think you're in the UK, but we're raining here, so
No, I'm in Italy, Milan, Italy now, which is home, and it's cloudy, not raining, but not nice either. But it is
probably
still
better
pretty
than
warm.
probably definitely better than here, but you're coming over to experience our winter weather soon.
Oh yeah, we've been missing it. We haven't been in the UK. We came briefly at Download 22, but then other than that, we haven't been in a club tour in the UK since 2019, like before the pandemic. So
Yeah,
it's about time.
amazing. Sorry, I just caught your cat leaping off there. Like, so say hi to the cat.
Oh yeah, that's Patty. Okay, I have two black cats, two sisters, Patty and Selma, Marge Simpson sisters. You know, the smokers.
Yeah. So I've got two jackass cats myself, so they're very entitled. But some cats are lovely. Anyway, we'll
Well,
crack straight on. Your latest single, it came out in the beginning of August, and you actually worked with Randy Blythe from Lamb of God for
yes,
hosting The Shadow. Now, first of all,
yeah.
how did this collaboration come about? And also, what was it like working with him?
Mostly Randy, it's a family member for us because we've been knowing him since 2004, first time we met, so like 20 years ago. And then up and down, we crossed paths so many times. We toured together in South America, we toured together in Australia. We played a lot of festivals together. So we're friends. Other beside the working relationship, we're really good friends. And sometimes he just comes when he's in Europe, he comes to Milan and we hang out, we go for dinner, I take him around, take pictures because he's a very passionate photographer. It was quite a natural collaboration. Like we just asked him because we knew he could do it. We would always love to have him also in one of the songs. So when we're gonna cross path next time at a festival, he can come on stage and sing with us. So it was quite a spontaneous collaboration, especially because a lot of the new songs are quite heavy. So his vocals were fitting really the mood of the song. And it was just meant to be. It was sooner or late, we knew it was going to happen. And to work with him is very easy. You just send him some demos and he lay down the track at home and just send it back and it was perfect already. So it was quite easy to work together. It took just a week basically to do everything.
So essentially, you made friends with him, put him in a position where he couldn't say no.
Exactly, exactly. And also live, he always said, I want to come on stage with you, but we didn't have the right songs for his vocal range. So with this one, it's perfect and it works. So
Amazing. So prior to this, you did a previous song with New Year's Day vocalist Ash Costello. Now, what was it like working with her, and how did it differ dynamically from working with Randy?
we didn't know Ash as much as we knew Randy because we met her several times in a like awards ceremony in the UK or even in America. But we just say hi and talk a little bit, but we never got in touch as much as we did with Randy. It was just because we had a list of people of female vocalists that we thought they could fit the range of that song, and we want some different voice for that part. And we thought that she was very close to what we wanted. We wanted a raspy voice, like with a little bit of distortion, not a super clean operatic kind of voice. Otherwise, we would have asked obviously someone else. So we knew she was one of the candidates for that part, and she was very enthusiastic right away. She's also on the same label, which makes things also easier on a bureaucratic point of view. And then we also had her band opening for us on the American tour coming up. So it was a perfect combination of timing, the right voice we wanted to have, and something new for us also to collaborate with somebody that we didn't know as much as previous collaborators. And so it was just immediately we clicked immediately, and she also did a great job right away. We didn't have to change anything from the parts. We sent her the basic idea already, and she came up with the same with part done plus some arrangement she made a little slightly different. So it was a perfect combination right away. She was super good, super fast, and then we had the chance to perform the songs right away on the tour that we did right after the release. So it was perfect timing for everything.
Oh, amazing. So you were able to bring her out on stage for the US fans. And so this is a brand new
Yes.
song. That's fantastic. Obviously, I love it when bands collaborate with other musicians because it adds this extra depth that you might not hear normally. But if you had the opportunity to collaborate with absolutely anyone, and I'm going to extend this, living or dead, perhaps, who would you love to collaborate with if that opportunity arose?
We always say that we would love to have Jonathan from Korn to do some stuff with us. Also, Teal from Rammstein would be good. I
Ooh,
mean, we have
yeah,
some songs where it would fit really well with his voice. But obviously, there's people who's super busy. Actually, we actually know Jonathan in person, and maybe one day we will be able to do something. But it's not easy, obviously, because he's super busy and it's very hardworking band and a big
yeah,
level. Never say never. And but those two, they're the easiest to say, obviously. But then also Metallica would be great. There's so many bands. Even we did the cover of Depeche Mode, Enjoy the Silence in 2006. And also collaboration with Depeche Mode would be great as well. Also because we knew that Dave really appreciate our version of the song. He told us that he really loved the version. So it would be great to have him as well, of course. But there's so many great artists that would love to do it.
yeah. I really am keeping my fingers crossed that there is a Korn crossover, or actually even better yet, I love the idea of Metallica because they've done the S&M like orchestral stuff, and that I don't know that would work amazingly, I think.
If you want a funny one, it could be also one with Lady Gaga, because Lady
Ooh,
Gaga is always been known as a metalhead as well. She played with Anthrax, she played with Metallica, so she's always been into metal as well. So it'd be great. That actually would be a fun tour to do. Lady Gaga with us opening would be fun to do.
I could see that combination of the fans. That could be interesting. Yeah, I'm fascinated just imagining what the fan base would be like during that show.
It could be great. It could be great, or it could be a complete disaster.
I could imagine them
But we'll take a
experience.
chance.
I could imagine them experiencing perhaps the first wall of death ever. That could be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to actually quickly touch on the singles artwork because I saw it and I thought it was absolutely outstanding. Now, did this go through any kind of other iterations before you settled on its final form?
No, we wanted to collaborate with this artist for the whole album, so the whole booklet, and we did. And it's an Italian artist from Naples called Roberto Toderico. And he worked in the past also some other metal bands, cover and stuff. But we wanted a full artwork with a common theme, so we have him done the whole booklet. Like every song has a specific drawing combined to the song, one for each song, and there's a one for the cover as well. So he's done an amazing job. He has quite a great style. We totally love and match the mood of the albums. So we asked him to do all of this drawing together. Obviously, we gave him some directions regarding what kind of subject we wanted, what was the main theme not behind every song. But we wanted to be a full. Not I don't want to use the word concept because it implies sometimes much more. Like it's not a real concept in the sense that there's not one story that goes all through the every song. But there is a common theme for sure.
Of
So we
course.
wanted also a common visual that goes with it, and also for the T-shirt and stuff would be also doing a lot of more possibilities, having so many different drawings.
Cool. Now your last album, this was out, I believe, in 2019. Um, Now, with the
Yes.
current releases coming, is this a sign of potentially what's to come? Is there potentially an album on the horizon? But also, second to that, on the topic of albums in general, do you feel that they are still as important as they once were, given how fans can consume music? As in, it's changed from heading down to your local record store to let's just get this single and have it there.
I think that rock music and metal in particular is one of the few genres where it still is important to release an album. But it's the only one probably because I don't see that for like trap music or stuff like that. But we still even sell quite a lot of physical products, between the vinyls and the digipack, the special edition,
Yeah.
mostly. Obviously, not so much the jewel case, but the other more complete versions are still very researched by the fans. So it's still worth it for sure. And I think it's still important for us to work a certain number of songs. It doesn't have to be exactly one album. So it could be also 5 or 6 songs, maybe not necessarily 12 or 10. But for us, we always, the more we songwrite, the more it gets better for us. Usually the last song you do are the best ones, because there's the one that move away from what you've done in the past a little bit. So they sound a little bit more interesting without, obviously, we're not going to change the style completely, but at least you have more time to experiment by songwriting. So it's important for us in that sense, and in that sense that we want to bring out a certain number of topics that we want to talk about. But obviously, we could also just release single by single and just do 4 or 5 singles. That's it. It would still make it work maybe for a tour or for a festival appearance. But for us, we still like to do the full record and to having to work on multiple layers, because it's sometimes you just start, and then the more you work, the more you go into interesting things. You find out some gems that maybe weren't coming out in the beginning. So for us, it's still worth it. Maybe not as much for everybody else, but
I think it's actually interesting what you say about like the digipacks and the more special edition. I look at my record collection and how it's evolved over the last few years. I've become a collector without even realizing. I've got like special editions on my shelf that are still in cellophane and stuff like that because
yeah, me
yeah,
too.
yeah. So it's fascinating how that actually comes about. Now, you're
We've
about
done just to finish this topic.
yeah.
We have done a box called Doomsday Tapes, which is all our discography in tapes, like the good old school tapes.
Old school.
And it worked out really. Obviously, it's very limited because not everybody has a player, but a lot of people just bought it because it was cool and because they want to have it. It's not maybe they won't play. Even myself, I love it, but I know I'm not gonna probably play the tapes.
To be fair, I'm almost the perfect demographic. When I came into loving music, records was on their way out. CDs didn't really exist. I was a tape man all the way.
Yeah,
So
me too.
I fully appreciate the very concept of a box set of tapes because it's a
Yeah,
format that gets forgotten about, I think.
yes, I'll show you in a second.
Oh, cool.
Uh, I got it here. So I don't know how much you can say because it's all black, but it's some pretty cool embroiderment here and there
That's
in
really
the back.
neat.
That's okay. It's black on black, so I don't know how much you can see, but and
I can
inside
make it out
once
a
you
bit.
open it, and you can open it in two. Basically, there's like a numbered certified, and then there's the tapes.
Oh, that's so awesome.
So
Oh,
it's great to have it, even just to put it on the shelf and keep it there.
oh, do you know what? I'm gonna have to go online and see. I'm guessing they're probably not on sale anymore, but eBay, I'm gonna try what I
I
can
think
find.
some you can still find because it's recent. It came out maybe 3 or 4 months ago or something like that.
Okay, I'll see what I can
So,
find then. Now, we've already mentioned you're about to embark on a UK tour, which I believe I'm coming to see you in your London show, which I'm really excited about
nice.
because it's the first time I would have seen you guys live. Is there anywhere particular you're looking forward to visiting on this tour? Any particular city in the UK that sort of holds something special for you?
We've been, I think, to all these cities already at least once, but probably much more than one. Like London, I think we've played at least 35 shows in our
Yeah.
career between acoustic, electric, whatever. But overall, we always love to tour the UK, especially in this time of the year with Halloween coming up. So you start to see all the, and also we love the English breakfast. So we can't wait to go to some greasy spoon. We always look for the dirtiest, greasy spoon to go get at the market, just to go get the real deal breakfast because we don't have it in Italy. It's not something common for us to do that kind of breakfast. So it's always special for us. And we have a lot of friends we've made along the way. So there's a lot of good things. It's a very positive vibration for us to come in the UK. Although now it's a bit more complicated because of the bureaucratic aspects of Brexit and stuff like that. But so we're getting crazy, getting all the right documentation, all the right things for the for the visas and stuff. But beside that, we can't wait to be there because it's always been a very welcoming place for us musically, but also a great place with a lot of friends. Our biggest fans club is in the UK, and we know these people since 20 or more years. So it's like really going and visiting friends and once again, and obviously all these places are great. We'd love to go get Huggies in Glasgow and go just walk around London and Camden. And there's so many great places we and especially also we do it in Ireland. We're doing Belfast, which we haven't been in a long time. So it's great to go back after so many years.
Amazing. Well, if you're a big fan of the Greasy Spoon, I know there's one in London. It's a place called the Breakfast Club. Not quite as
Okay.
greasy spoon, but they do incredible breakfasts. And if you go at a certain time, you can get a nice cold beer with your breakfast as well. So
Nice. Yeah,
that's
sometimes we went to some truck stops in the middle of the motorway because we knew there was a good truck driver's type of breakfast. And
yeah,
so our light designer, which is from the UK, and he took us to all these secret secret places.
amazing. Now, while you're on this tour, last question. You've got a few free days during it. What does downtime look like for you when you are on tour? And how does it actually compare to downtime when you're not on tour, when you can just literally, excuse me, switch off at home and relax?
To be fair, when we're home, even if obviously we're not as busy as when we are on the road, but we had always something to do because we personally take care of a lot of the aspects of the band. For example, Mark, our bass player, is doing also a lot of the visual aspects like the graphics and or talking to the designers, to the visual guys and the video guys. So there's always a lot. Christina's doing a lot of the PR of the keeping contacts in different worlds. And I do a lot of the administration of the band with our management, so the internal, the booking. I don't book the band, but I talk to the agents, I talk to our manager, and we do a plan and we do all the accountings. So there's always a lot to do, even behind, which is not strictly related to music, but there's always something to do also here in back home. When I have sometimes I like everything. I like to go to convention like horror movies, comic books, games. We like to go to movies. We like to go see soccer games or football games. We're big AC Milan fans. Watch games with my friends, cooking some wings, doing a little bit of just relax and chill with a friend, hanging out with the friends. It's something you can do when you're on tour so much. And then all the stuff you have to do, and also maybe give some time to the family, to the parents. You have to help them out a little bit on certain things. And then when we're on tour, always try to go at least for dinner together. Maybe in the day, everybody does a little bit of his own thing. Some people go to the mall, some people go to see some museums or stuff. But then at night, we always go out for either dinner or a couple of pints at the pub afterwards. Or if we have a Sunday, we can go Sunday roast or something like that. Doing the typical thing when we can. We love to do that all together. But we're quite a unit, us and also our crew. We quite spend a lot of time together, even outside of the daily job part of it.
Yeah, that's really cool because like, there's so many bands that have been going almost as long as you guys have that just they work together and it becomes just a working relationship. So it's amazing to hear that you guys are still, let's go out for dinner, let's do this. But yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, we try to have fun. We want to keep it fresh for everybody. It's normal after many years. You can get sick. You can all the good and the bad points of everybody. When you just have to leave, or sometimes you can argue with somebody. But we are friends also beyond the band. So especially me, Marco, and Christina, because we've been in the band since day one,
Yeah.
and we're always here. So we know each other for a long time, even before the band. So we know how to live together and enjoy life together, and that's something that's very important. The more we grow older, the more also touring has to be fun as well, because we want to really enjoy everything. When you're younger, you don't put so much attention on these things because another show, another festival, whatever. Now that maybe we're older, we also want to really enjoy everything, every show, every festival, every hangout. We want it to be great because we know we don't give it for granted as much anymore.
Of course. Well, Andy, I want to thank you so much for taking some time to chat to me today. Can't wait to see you live. As I said, it'll be the first time for me. So I'm looking forward to something very special. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you very much, and see you in London.
See you
Ciao,
later,
ciao.
mate. Bye.